In this video, we'll be sketching a graph of a polynomial function that is in factored form. When we want to sketch the graph of a polynomial function, there's a few steps that we should always follow. First of all, let's find the zeros of the function and then plot them as x-intercepts on the x-axis. Then we'll find the y-intercept by letting x equal 0 and plot this point on the y-axis. We'll determine the end behavior, and then if needed, we'll use test points to determine whether the graph is above or below the x-axis. Now the example that we'll be working with is f of x equals a negative x minus 3 quantity cubed times x plus 4 raised to the 5th power. Since this function is already in factored form, we can see that our zeros from this factor, x minus 3 is our 0 from this factor, and from this factor we can write this as x minus a negative 4, so our 0 from this one is negative 4. Let's plot those as x-intercepts. So 3, as I have a 0 right here, and then negative 4 means I have a 0 here. Now our behavior at these zeros, since my 3 is an odd multiplicity, in other words an odd exponent, that means that my graph is going to cut through the x-axis at this 0. And also the 0, negative 4 is raised to the 5th power. That's an odd multiplicity as well. So my graph is going to cut through the x-axis at this point. My y-intercept, I'm going to let x equal 0. So I have y equals a negative 0 subtract 3 quantity cubed times 0 plus 4 to the 5th power. This y value is 27,648. I'm obviously not going to number my y-axis that high, but I can tell, then I can indicate up here that my graph is going to intersect the y-axis at that number, 27,648. Now my end behavior, my graph is going to behave like y equals negative, and remember to figure out your end behavior, you ignore these numbers inside the parentheses. So x to the 3rd power times x to the 5th power. So my graph is going to behave like a negative x to the 8th power. Whenever we have an even exponent, both arms of the graph will point in the same direction. And since my lead coefficient is negative, my end behavior is both arms down. Now I think I have enough information here to sketch a graph. I'm not going to need test points because my graph is going to come up from negative infinity is going to cut through this 0, and way up here at this y-intercept, it's going to cross the y-axis. Then it's got to come down here and cut through the x-axis at this 0, and then head back down. So this is a sketch of this function.